What's up, Canes fans? Big news out of Coral Gables tonight as JoJo Trader commits to Miami. D-Money was all over this story. You guys know last week in his update that he posted on the website, as he does every week, he said, watch out for some fireworks. We didn't know exactly what he was alluding to. I'm not sure he knew exactly what it was either, but it was some big news as the Canes land their highest rated recruit in the class thus far. D Money is here with me to break it all down. Welcome, D. Exciting news tonight.
Oh man, huge. We're cutting this right afterwards. I had to go outside. You hear parrots in the background. That's just Miami Beach wildlife. I'm in the backyard. My kids are going to sleep. But huge news, man. 5-star wide receiver, local. You don't hear those words too often, committing to Miami. Usually the end of that sentence is Alabama, Ohio State, but 5-star wide receiver Jojo Trader to Miami. I mentioned in the ATM, like a little mini bank last Thursday. Watch for fireworks in the next week. Boom. On the 7th day, land the commit from a big-time playmaker out of Chaminade. Breaking down his game, this is someone that first came on the radar, at least to me, when he was a sophomore. Just an unbelievable player from Miami Central. Saw him just completely embarrass on long touchdowns. Damari Brown, who's now a Miami Hurricane. Jacoby Spells, who went to West Virginia, played a lot as a true freshman. And this dude was embarrassing him as a sophomore for Central. Had an interception for a touchdown in the state championship game playing defense. Then he goes to Chaminade, already as kind of branded as a superstar national player. Plays alongside Jeremiah Smith, has a big season. Again, still a 5-star player. I believe he's 25 overall on the composite, thereabouts. So a huge, huge commit. 6'1", lanky, excellent quickness. He's someone that, again, sophomore year, he looked like the next big thing. Junior year, he was good opposite Jeremiah Smith, not quite as good as Smith. And I thought, maybe he's more of a corner because he has that ability. Goes to Miami Legends camp this offseason and completely tears it up. And from what I saw in the highlights, which were posted, and what I heard from people that were there, they said this dude is 100% a 5-star player. He's getting better and better. There was question, again, cornerback or receiver. Looked very much like a 5-star receiver at that camp, quick in and out of his breaks. The thing I think that separates him, again, lanky body, he'll grow physically and develop even more twitch, kind of like Calvin Ridley, Amari Cooper. They got bigger as they got out of the Miami-Dade, went up to a big program and got on the training table, and they got bigger, more explosive, the whole nine. I think there's some of that with him, but what separates him, the lankiness, the smoothness in and out of breaks, and then the ability to adjust to the ball. He's not like a Randy Moss that's going to go up and just jump over everybody. I compare him more to a DeAndre Hopkins in terms of how he adjusts to the ball. DeAndre Hopkins, he's not somebody that it's not like Odell Beckham acrobatic catches, but he's always at the last second making the proper adjustment, just very smooth in what he does. I think that is, if you're comparing Josiah Trader on the highest end to somebody, I would say DeAndre Hopkins. And I was always one that thought he was more of a cornerback receiver, kind of in the Herb Waters mold, a rich man's version. But seeing the development at the camp, I think he's trending towards receiver, and that's what Miami needs, a big-time impact local receiver.
Well, you threw a lot of names around there, but body type-wise, I saw some Justin Jefferson as well. But he's a guy who definitely everyone is excited about in terms of the impact that he's going to have on the recruiting class and potential things moving forward. Obviously, there's been talk that, the staff has been missing on some guys, right? That's what the perception has been on social media and things of that nature. What does this do for the class moving forward?
Miami needed momentum. They needed a spark. They got that with Marquise Lightfoot, top 100 player who committed last week. And now Josiah Trader, a local guy, a 5-star at a total need position. Different kind of guy than what we already have with Robbie Washington and Ray Joseph, the two dynamic local receivers that signed up last year. Much more length, much more 50-50 ball ability with Trader. So I think this will do is bring a lot of momentum to the program. Keep refreshing CanesInSight. I told you last week, expect fireworks. I'm telling you this now. Keep refreshing. This is not going to be the only one. There is going to be some action coming sooner than later. And that's what I know. And beyond that, I think the momentum is going to pick up, and people that maybe weren't going to commit or haven't committed yet or haven't scheduled a commitment yet will start jumping on board. So I can tell you, keep refreshing CanesInSight. Sign up for the forums if you haven't done so. Sign up for the Instagram, Canes.insight. Like and subscribe here, because we will be on top of it, and you'll be the first people to know. Just like we gave you the tip last week. No one was talking about a commitment this week. We gave you that tip. Stay on CanesInSight, because this is now going to be a very hot period. We were hoping that was going to happen last week, coming off the first week of July, like it was the prior year. I think now is when you're going to see the momentum with Trader.
Believe Miami just jumped 5 spots in the 247 composite team rankings with that commitment, now up to number 16 from 21 before Jojo Trader committed. And like you said, if there's some more action coming soon, would expect them to continue moving up that board.
Yeah, guys that Miami is making good progress with. And if you've been reading my columns, I mentioned Trader before. Obviously, that one's locked in. His teammate and close friend, Zaquan Patterson, safety out of Chaminade, one of the most explosive players in the offseason, really did a nice job at receiver in the 7-on-7 circuit, just showed us athleticism. He projects as a safety, intense special teamer, can play in the box, great athlete. Probably is athletic enough to play corner if he wanted to, but a safety, he's someone to watch, another top 100 player. Chris Cole, top 100 player at linebacker out of Salem, Virginia, Rohan Marley's nephew. That one's picking up some steam. And Artavius Jones, we've been talking about, the defensive tackle from Bluntstown, unbelievable athlete, multi-sport, basketball, football, weightlifting, offense, defense, but projects as a big-time 3-technique defensive tackle. Miami's making some good progress there. So there's just some names to watch, but I think there's going to be other names showing up on the scene. One thing to keep in mind, long-term, you hear the Miami Gardens Ravens youth program being talked about a lot, coached by former Cane Rod Mack. You talk about Trader on that list. Ryan Mack, the son of Rod Mack, who recently committed. Vince Shavers, linebacker commit out of Central. He's from that program as well. Romanis Frederic from St. Thomas, also from that program. Mentioned Trader. So who's missing from the picture? Jeremiah Smith, the 5-star receiver out of Chaminade, current teammate of Trader and Zaquan Patterson. He's going to be the only one. If Miami's able to land Patterson, I should also mention Chance Robinson out of St. Thomas, another one from that program. So with Trader's commitment, you're circling Patterson. Who's the last man standing? Jeremiah Smith. They're going to continue working that throughout the year. Some progress on offense. There's going to be a lot of pressure for him. So Miami's made a concerted effort to get all these guys. This is one of the most dominant youth programs in history, and they've progressed. They've kept getting better. These are guys that start for big-time programs. Mack, Frederic, teaming up at St. Thomas. Chance Robinson also at St. Thomas. Smith and Trader and Patterson at Chaminade. Vince Shavers at Central. These are state championship, national championship type contending teams that these guys are now the leaders of. And Miami would like to bring them home to Miami, and they're getting there. There's 2 more left. I think one of them Miami has a great shot at. The last one, that'll be the story of CanesInSight for the next 6 months.
D-Money, appreciate the information as always. And Canes fans, as we always say, like, subscribe, comment. We're on all the social media channels. We're on Threads now. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. The forums are buzzing at all times. Like D-Money said, you're not going to want to leave the forums over the weekend. I would expect something to happen just based off this momentum that we're seeing. So get on there, sign up for free. And we got this live show coming up next. I know that once a lot of you guys.
Just a disclaimer, don't open up any of these commitment threads at work or in front of your significant others, because there's some celebratory GIFs. I pronounce it GIFs. Some people were saying it's GIFs. I don't know.
We'll call it media.
Some celebratory
Special
media posted after some of these commitments. The board's going crazy. Let me just tell you right now. So Trader committed 45 minutes ago. Let's see how that thread is doing. that you posted, already at 5,000 views, 189 replies. And that's just getting started. So that's how active these boards are. Sign up, 6.3 million posts and counting. And by the way, you did a great interview, Pete, with Derek Plaz, a big-time commitment out of Jacksonville Mandarin, offensive tackle, who I thought was super smart. I mean, the guy, offensive lineman supposed to be smart. That guy, smart, knows what he's doing. A lot of upside physically and mentally with him. Love that interview you did with him, Pete. You can check that out on the YouTube channel or on the podcast, wherever podcasts are streamed. You also did a write-up of it on CanesInSight.com. And you mentioned the live show, which I'll be jumping on. We're recording in 15 minutes. If you're listening to this, it may have already happened. Maybe it's going midstream. Feel free to jump on that or watch the replay, which we will post. But Canes, man, we're pumping up the content. We're trying to keep up with this recruiting class. It's only getting bigger and better from here.
Go Canes. Talk to you guys in a bit.